Well, E3 2021 has come and gone, but we've got a bunch of great announcements, and also that fills up the back half of 2021 with some really exciting game releases. So I've gathered together 10 of my favourite announcements from E3 2021 for you, together with all the important details. So let's dive into those announcements. Well, first up, it's Forza Horizon 5, and that is from Playground Games. So Forza Horizon 5 was announced, and it looks absolutely fantastic. So Xbox went into a deep dive on this one, and the social elements of the game look great. The graphical fidelity due to the power of the Xbox Series consoles looks really impressive, plus it's going to release on day one on Xbox Game Pass. So Forza Horizon 5 is planned for release on the 9th of November 2021. Well, next up, we got a big surprise, and this one is Lost Ark, and this one is coming to the West thanks to Amazon Game Studios. So Lost Ark is a massively multiplayer online action role-playing game developed by Tripod Studio and Smilegate RPG. So it's been released in Korea on December the 4th, 2018, and it's in beta in Japan and Russia. And this one was a big surprise announcement during the Summer Games Fest, and Amazon Game Studios are bringing the game to the West in autumn 2021. So this is a Diablo-like isometric ARPG with fantastic combat, and if you want to get involved in the closed beta, you can do by signing up via Amazon Games. Well, next up we've got Somerville, and this one is from Jumpship. So Somerville is similar to a Playdead game, much like Inside or Limbo. So this one is a stylish side-scrolling platformer, and it grabbed everyone's attention. So let's check out some of the words in the press release. So in the wake of catastrophe, you must find the means to make your family whole again. Somerville is a sci-fi adventure grounded in the intimate repercussions of large-scale conflict. So immerse yourself in a handcrafted narrative experience set across a vivid rural landscape and navigate your way through a perilous terrain ahead of you to unravel the mysteries of Earth's visitors. So it sounds really interesting, but to me, the visuals really got me, plus the fact someone from Playdead Games, the creators of Inside Limbo, is working on this title, so I reckon this is one to look out for. Well, next up, we got the Guardians of the Galaxy game from Square Enix. So Eidos Montreal unveiled their new Guardians of the Galaxy adventure, which is a single-player game where you take on the role of Star-Lord. So this one is a third-person action game looking really similar to Marvel's Avengers, although they do appear to be unrelated at the moment. So it got a good showing at the event with a trailer and then a big gameplay deep dive. This one is due for release on pretty much all platforms on the 26th of October 2021, including streaming via Nintendo Switch. Next up, we got the big one from Microsoft. So this one is Redfall, and it comes from Arcane Austin. So Redfall closed out the Xbox and Bethesda showcase. This one is a new co-op open-world shooter with vampires. I'm not really into vampires that much, however, I am really into Arcane and I love what they do. So this trailer had a lot of style, although we didn't really see gameplay, but it was enough to get me excited about what we have to come, and this one is set for release in summer 2022. Next up, really excited about this one. This one is Replaced, and this is from Sad Cat Studios. So Replaced, it's a new sci-fi action platformer. The pixel artwork looked absolutely gorgeous, similar in style to Narita Boy, and it's pixel art, but the lighting and layering looks really better, more modern, whilst maintaining that retro feel. It's coming to Xbox Game Pass on day one, and definitely one to keep an eye out for in 2022. Well, next up, first of the big ones from Nintendo, so it's Metroid Dread. And it was one of the biggest surprises of the whole E3 showcase, Nintendo announcing a 2D Metroid called Metroid Dread. And Dread had been a huge concept for around 15 years, and it's finally seeing the light of day after years and years of rumours. So I think IGN reporting back on this in 2005. So Metroid Prime 4 is still in development, plus Nintendo did a huge deep dive into Metroid Dread during their Treehouse Live immediately after the main direct. And I definitely recommend going to Nintendo's YouTube page and checking out that deep dive. It's really good, and sometimes you get some of the best content in the Treehouse Live videos. So the innovation here are the Emmy robots who stalk Samus as she makes her way out of the location. So these are tough enemies who hunt down Samus, and it's your job to get away from them, either by speed or stealth. So Samus has plenty of abilities, including sliding, punching, and also wall climbing. And this one is really one that fans have been waiting for, and was one of those which wasn't widely predicted before the event. So it's a massive surprise, and hopefully, if plenty of fans buy into it, there's going to be more made, or perhaps the previous games remade in the future. So Metroid Dread is due for release on the 8th of October 2021. Well, next up is Halo Infinite from 343 Studios, and one of the best and most exciting for me personally. I've got a massive Halo history, so we had a new trailer for both the story and multiplayer plus a further deep dive into the multiplayer afterwards for the beloved shooter franchise from 343 Studios. So, having been delayed a year, the improvements are pretty clear from the trailers, and I'm much more excited about the multiplayer rather than the single-player campaign. Multiplayer is going to be free to play, which hopefully should mean plenty of players getting in there at the start. The Battle Pass system looks great, where you can keep them forever and focus on the Battle Pass that you want to focus on. And the gameplay was really, really impressive. It looked like classic Halo, which I'm really into, plus the story looked interesting too. I'm definitely excited to jump back into Halo, and I'm really glad that 343 Studios had a good showing, because it must have been really hard last year for that studio. And the game is set for release in holiday 2021. Well, next up we got Elden Ring. So I did look at this one last week, but it is worth shouting out again. The long-awaited trailer from Elden Ring was shown off at the Summer Game Fest 2021, with Jeff Keighley almost welling up when he introduced. I was really, really happy for Jeff just to see how excited he was. This is the latest offering from From Software, and it looks like the biggest From Software game to date, as it has open world elements. So the trailer showed off what looks to be various bosses, horse riding, and weird and wonderful enemies, plus a few different biomes too. Possibly the biggest surprise with the release date, which is scheduled for the 21st of January 2022. Well, finally, we've got Breath of the Wild 2, so Nintendo showed off the second trailer for Breath of the Wild 2, showing off a little bit more of the story developments, Link's abilities, and also the environmental setting. The trailer was relatively short, but there's plenty of details packed in there, and I'm going to go into that in loads more detail in a section coming up on the podcast really, really soon. So in contrast to the first trailer, the sky appeared to play more of a prominent role in the sequel. So the first trailer showed Link and Zelda exploring the depths of Hyrule in a cave, which appeared to show a decaying Ganon. So in the latest trailer, we see Link diving from the sky, plus Link's arm appears to be covered in some kind of corruption, which relates back to the first trailer, with Link potentially grabbing Ganon's corpse. Link's hair seemed longer, which makes sense given Link and Zelda appear to be on an adventure and living on the road. So there was talk of Zelda being a playable character, however in the trailer we see Zelda fall to the depths, but hopefully Zelda still will be playable, but it might not be the co-op Breath of the Wild that some were hoping for. So all in all, the trailer looked great, and it's brilliant to see some more of the setting and the direction where they're taking the game. We didn't get a title or a firm release date, and currently the game is on the slate for 2022, and it was a little bit worrying that Aonuma said they were aiming for 2022, but we are just going to have to wait and see. But it is really good to see more of Breath of the Wild 2, and I can't wait to dive in to more of those details. Well, that is it for my top moments from E3 2021, and I hope you're as excited as I was. But let me know on Patreon or down there in the comments what was your top moments. I would love to hear from you. Well, that is it for my top moments from E3 2021, and as always, thank you so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button down below and subscribe to This Week of Video Games. If you want to join the community, check out the Discord link in the description, or you can follow me on Twitter at TWIVG Podcast. If you enjoyed this video, found it useful, liking and sharing the video would really help me out. Otherwise, check out the other videos on the channel. Thanks again. See you soon.